You've been lied to. The fitness industry spent decades telling you that building a real body takes hours in the gym, expensive equipment, and a level of dedication only elite athletes have. But what if I told you a resistance band, 30 minutes a day in your living room is actually enough? Let's find out. We've all been there. You wake up Monday morning with the best intentions. You're going to hit the gym 5 days this week. By Wednesday, life happened. Work ran late. The kids needed you. You're tired. The gym trip didn't happen. And then the guilt hits. You feel like if you can't do it right, why do it at all? Here's the real question nobody asks. Do you actually need long sessions to build a strong, lean body? Or is the whole go hard or go home thing just gym culture mythology? Today we're going to break this down using actual research, real science, and a practical plan you can start today. No fluff. No hype. Most people picture fitness like this. A 2-hour gym session, blasting heavy metal, lifting until you can't walk. And if you can't do that, you think you've already failed. But that picture is completely outdated. It was built by supplement companies and bodybuilding culture, not by science. The research tells a very different story. And that story is actually great news for busy people. Let's start with health. Because before we talk about how you look, let's talk about how long you live. A 2022 meta-analysis tracked over 260,000 people across multiple studies. The finding? Just 30 to 60 minutes of muscle strengthening activity per week, yes, per week, not per day, was linked to significantly lower rates of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and all-cause mortality. That means 2 or 3 20-minute resistance band sessions a week could literally extend your life. You don't need a 6-day grind to get those benefits. The bar is surprisingly low. Now let's talk about what most of you really came here for. Building an actual physique. A landmark 2016 study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research looked at how training volume affects muscle growth. Here's what they found. Doing 10 or more sets per muscle group per week gives you maximum growth. But here's the kicker. 5 sets still gets you about 70% of that maximum. And even 3 sets, you're still looking at around 50% of possible muscle growth. That means even a minimal, time-efficient program gives you more than half the gains of an elite routine. Now here's where resistance bands change the game. Here's what makes resistance bands different from free weights, and why they might actually be superior for certain training goals. Bands provide what's called accommodating resistance. That means the tension increases as you stretch the band, which means your muscle is working hardest at the peak contraction point, exactly where you want it. Studies comparing resistance band training to free weights have found comparable gains in muscle strength and size. One 2019 meta-analysis in the Sage Open Medicine Journal confirmed it. Bands are just as effective as conventional gym equipment for building strength. And on top of that, no gym membership, no commute, no waiting for machines, just your band, your space, and your 30 minutes. So what does an actual 30-minute resistance band session look like? Here's the blueprint. 3 minutes of warm-up. Arm circles, band pull-aparts, bodyweight squats, then 18 to 20 minutes of compound work. Banded push-ups for chest, shoulders, and triceps, banded rows for your back and biceps, banded squats for legs and glutes, banded Romanian deadlifts for hamstrings and lower back. Then 5 to 6 minutes of isolation work, lateral raises, bicep curls, tricep kickbacks, and finally 2 minutes of cool-down and stretch. That's it. Every major muscle group trained. Total time, 30 minutes. You can do this in your bedroom, your backyard, or a hotel room. But here's what most fitness videos skip. What do you actually do in week 1 if you're a complete beginner? Because knowing compound movements matter doesn't tell you where to start. So here's your first week. Monday, upper body push. Banded push-ups, overhead press, tricep extensions. Wednesday, lower body. Banded squats, Romanian deadlifts, lateral band walks. Friday, upper body pull, banded rows, bicep curls, face pulls. That's it. 3 sessions, 30 minutes each, 90 minutes of total work for the week. That's less time than 1 episode of a Netflix series. And it is more than enough to start building real muscle in your first 30 days. Now here's where most people sabotage their progress without even knowing it. Nutrition. You can do every workout perfectly and still not see results if your nutrition is off. And the biggest mistake? People massively overestimate how much protein they're eating. That chicken and rice bowl you had for lunch? You think it's 40 grams of protein. It's probably closer to 22. Here's the simple rule. Aim for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. For a 170-pound person, that's 120 to 170 grams of protein daily, spread across 3 to 4 meals. Best resistance band-friendly nutrition tip: prep your protein sources in advance. Boiled eggs, canned tuna, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. So when you finish your 30-minute session, your meal is ready. You train fast. You eat smart. You grow. Now let's talk about the real enemy of progress. It's not your genetics, it's not your schedule, it's inconsistency. Research on habit formation shows that missing 1 day of exercise doesn't break a habit, but missing 2 days in a row significantly increases the chance of quitting altogether. So the 30-minute model isn't just efficient, it's psychologically protective. Because a 30-minute session is so low friction that you can almost always find the time, you're far less likely to skip it. And the compound effect of 20 consistent sessions beats the result of 5 perfect 2-hour sessions every single time. Now let's be real. Because I respect your time and I'm not going to oversell this. 30 minutes a day with resistance bands is not going to make you a professional bodybuilder. If your goal is a stage-ready physique or elite-level powerlifting numbers, you're going to need more volume, more equipment, and more time. Resistance bands also have a ceiling on load, which means at some point, if you want to keep progressing, you'll need to add heavier bands, add bodyweight exercises, or eventually add weights. But for the vast majority of people, the busy parent, the working professional, the person who just wants to feel strong, look lean, and live longer, 30 focused minutes a day is not just enough. It's optimal. Here's what I want to leave you with. The person who does 30 minutes every day will always beat the person who plans the perfect 2-hour session, but never starts. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for the gym membership, the extra hour, the Monday reset. Your body doesn't care about perfect, it cares about consistent stimulus. You have 30 minutes today. That is enough. Start there. Start now. If this video gave you something real today, hit the like button and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And if you want the exact 30-day resistance band program that maps to everything we covered today, comment "band" below, and I'll send it to you. Subscribe if you want more content built on science, not hype. I'll see you in the next one.